Okay.
Okay, welcome, George.
Live.
We're here for the finals. Who's going to be playing in the finals?
Well, first of all, we're live at the 2013 PA State Ball 9-Ball Championship here at Breakers in Dormont. And we have Adam Smith on the winner's side and Mike Davis coming from the loser's side.
So does this mean that Mike has to beat him twice? Is this a true double elimination?
You are correct. That is absolutely
Okay.
correct. A race to 7 and a race to 7.
So how do you like Mike's chances here in this final?
Well,
He's got to win 2.
you got to remember one thing here. Mike's been playing on this table a long time now. I mean, he's played an extra match than Adam, and Adam's been sitting waiting for a little bit, watching Mike.
Yeah, we saw him loosening up there a little bit, running a few racks before this match began. Let's see that big pop break again. I like that. Pow! Look at that cubo. It tried to dig into the rail, to the bed of the cloth, but it slid a little bit. But still a powerful break.
Yeah, he did make one ball.
Has he come up dry once tonight yet?
I don't think so. Maybe once he come up dry and Adam went to the table, but it sure didn't happen very often. Let's put it that way.
Boy, I'll say.
And he has a lot of knowledge. You can just tell because he doesn't get up to the table and have to sit there and think much. He comes up with some very creative shots.
Particularly his safeties. Well, the one in the last game of the last match. Terrific safety.
Okay, so
Looks like he's going all out for this shot.
splits the pocket and comes out in the middle of the table.
Gets a shot.
Well, just a little touchy here, though, Nick.
Now he's got to come back for the 4
yeah,
ball.
the 3 ball is.
That poses a little problem.
It's. I guess this is personal preference on how you want to hit this. If you want to cut it to the right and go 2 rails and out, or cut it to the left and come 3 rails and out. Depends on whether the 5 ball's in the way for either one, right?
Now he's right-handed. So would a right-handed player have a preference over a left-handed player?
I don't know with it. And the cue ball's out in the middle enough of the table, he can reach either one. You notice how the bigger, taller players have an advantage too. They can reach a lot more shots than us shorter guys. We have to use the bridge for not for this shot necessarily, but for a lot of shots.
Don't tell Shane that.
Well, while he's thinking about that, we want to send a. Oh, wait a minute. That's not because he's ready to fire.
Watch how he's hitting this ball. Super draw.
Well, it didn't work though.
But he hit the ball well.
He hit the ball well, but the super draw didn't work.
No
I liked
question.
going forward in that instant. There was
That
traffic,
was an extremely powerful stroke he put on.
but if you go forward, I don't know if there was a.
I think Megaton Mike used about 2 Megatons on that.
Yeah. At least, because if that didn't scratch there, it might have went 2 or 3 more rails before it stopped.
All right.
Okay, now Adam's just lining up. Make sure he gets the right angle on the 5, right, to get to the 6.
Adam was saying earlier that he attributes a lot of his success to his pre-shot routine. And you see he hasn't varied from that throughout the match. He's walking back, walks into the shot, gets down, and fires.
He doesn't want to be on the rail, and he doesn't. He isn't.
Can we get an angle on this 5 ball to see what he's facing here? Yeah, well.
It's kind of tough. It looks almost straight. Looks like he's just, he's just stopping it maybe.
Yeah. Take the longer straight shot.
Because he doesn't have to do much. If he shoots a 6 straight in, he just stops the cue ball anyway. So it's not like he needs to worry about having an angle one way or another.
But he's given second thoughts to a long straight in shot. Maybe he'd like to draw back with a little bit of an angle. Just roll it back a half a turn. He's given us a lot of thought. He wants to make this a one-match final.
Yeah, he does not. Yeah, he's thinking, let me win this, and I can be in my car and on my way home. He says, let's not
I think he might be snowed in tonight, though,
snowed in.
by the sounds of the weather forecast.
Okay, so he chooses to cinch the ball and take a long straight in shot, which for these caliber players, this isn't any. This is a straight in, and he doesn't have to do nothing with the cue ball. So it's just a stop, pop, move it now. It's just making sure you don't get funny angle on the 8, right?
Yeah, that's about it. Now he's wants to follow this off the bottom rail. Play the 8 ball in the side pocket.
Is that what you would do?
That looks like the simplest route. And if he drifts to the 8 or below, he's got a lot of options.
The tough thing is,
And he drifted just perfectly.
yeah. The tough thing is and the same thing when I watch one pocket videos. The tough thing is, everybody has to remember that these players play with precision. They have so much confidence on the speed of the cue ball and everything else. Sometimes a player like myself, I don't have that much confidence with that. I don't want to come up short or go too long. I might play that 8 ball in the corner, in one of the corners, just because it's just an easier position way to get.
Again, that's personal preference.
Sometimes when you watch the one pocket videos, they make shots that normal mortals can't make, and you can't do the same thing they can.
And George is a video aficionado, right, George?
Well, you can learn a lot.
You've seen them all.
Okay, Adam pockets that, no problem. 2 rails and out, takes a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, it's for sure. Adam doesn't want a second match here today. He said the fans are getting a little tired, and he's going to let them go home early.
Nick, back in the day, it took you how long to learn stuff? People didn't want to tell you, teach you pull. If you got somebody tell you pull, it's kind of surprising. Let's see the doodaddle in here. Oh, that's Adam, and he.
As I said earlier, one of the few people who is willing to share his tremendous amount of knowledge is Chip Klein. Can't say enough about the man's knowledge, abilities, and teaching skills.
But
tremendous.
In today's day and age, there's videos, there's CDs. You can, they can learn how to aim, and you can learn the mechanics, and a lot of advice. Even with this pre-shot routine, there's 4 or 5 professionals that tell you, that's exactly what you should do every time.
Yeah, it's always nice to be able to ask that question, which is difficult. They're not interactive videos as far as the questions are concerned, so it's nice to have someone like Chip around to ask those questions. He smooth broke him. Did you notice that?
Yeah, and a 9 ball doesn't count there in the bottom corner, but he still gets to, he made another ball anyway. Still gets to spot it and continue shooting.
Does this look like a push out, or is he going to accept the shot as is and try to do something? You can see a piece of the ball.
He might be able to play safe. He might be able to thin the 1 and throw the cue ball behind the 7-9.
He still has that push option available to him. After he looks this over and figures out his probabilities, he may come back and do just that. He's feeling adventuresome. He's going to take a shot at the table here. He likes the shot that you talked about, George. Thinning the 1 and trying to lay it.
Oh, he thinned it too much.
Is that
incredible? He did hit it.
Is that incredible? He hit it too thinly. Huh?
Wow.
All right, Mike's going to punish him here, I got a feeling.
Yeah, unfortunately. Mike's tree-topped, as you like to call it. But all he has to do is roll this ball in. I mean, he's not worrying about position or anything else, right?
That's a fact.
He rolls this ball in, he'll be on to 2 and off to the races, as we like to say.
Yeah, well, his race is to come up even on this
Yeah.
game.
He missed. Oh, Yeah, it looked
Looked
like
a
it
little
was.
wide going
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
As soon as it left, as soon as he hit it, it looked a little short.
He's a little disgusted with that shot. He's
Yeah, I
banged his cue on the floor.
think he.
Oh, look at this.
Whoa.
You realize the tournament's going on here?
Yeah, they're
Maybe?
only playing for the PA State 9-ball championship here. That's all.
Just the final. No big deal.
Just you know.
Well, we're all hoping she's not coming with a paternity suit there. No, that's.
Okay, so Adam's taking his time. He isn't. He doesn't want to make any mental errors or any, as I call them, unforced errors. So he's just going to make sure he knows every time where he wants to be.
Yeah, this is the critical position play, because if he gets on the 2 properly, he can slide down for the 3, and then he's got a good chance of running out. I might have overcooked it a little. Let's see. He's going to have to recalculate. So he changed his pattern just a little bit. Oh, how do you like
Look at
this?
this guy.
We
What's he
have
talk-
another one.
We have another one. He's talking to Adam while Adam's trying to shoot the. He must say, "Good shot on that last shot, bud."
Ah,
Oh
is
wow.
that the greatest? Well, let's see who else meanders through this playing area.
I mean, is this the pool hall or the Grand Central Station? I'm
Now he
wondering.
comes off the bottom rail, just a nice little angle. Be able to get on the 4 pretty
That was
easily.
a smooth stroke.
Oh, no question.
So he's going to come
Now
up
he seems
to
a little more comfortable with the speed now. You
Yeah,
notice that, George?
you're right.
He's willing to take those chances of rolling into a ball.
He's rolling. Yeah, he definitely. You know, it's no surprise that he's here, and he's definitely playing the best.
We spoke a little earlier, that is Adam and I, and he was mentioning the fact that the speed had him a little nonplussed for a while because he kept bouncing from table to table, but now he seems to be comfortable.
Very nice.
Yeah, with the precision he got there, he is pretty comfortable.
Comes up a little short, but I don't think that's much of an issue.
6 balls in a real good spot for him. He certainly can't be accused of rushing the shot.
No.
He's looked at it from every angle.
And before somebody puts it out there, there is no shot clock. Okay, hits that ball.
Are you in favor of a shot clock, or are you opposed to it?
I don't, unless it's needed. I'm not. You know.
And when do you determine it's needed? In your
Well,
opinion?
I don't. I
What's
guess
the
if a
how do
guy's
you set a
taking,
determinant on a game?
I'm thinking if a guy takes more than six or 8 minutes to run out of open, you know, the rack that's like straightforward, you know. I mean, what are you going to do if there's a rolling there, you know? But
That was a delicate little shot where he slid it with inside English and
yeah,
caught 2 rails.
he's
come
checking
back
that choo-choo stroke again. I mean, Adam's definitely being very deliberate, like you said, though. I don't think he wants to make a unforced error and allow a second set. He's gonna check every angle, every shot.
Last week there was a tournament in Wheeling, West Virginia at the casino, and it was an 8-ball tournament played on 7-foot diamond tables, and the operator, elected to have a shot clock but would only invoke it under a set of circumstances.
Okay.
So he would time the match. If it got overly lengthy and they hadn't completed the exact number of matches that he felt they should have, then he said he would invoke the shot clock. Fortunately, things moved pretty well, and he reminded them a few times, and they kept up the speed. But maybe just the threat of a shot clock will keep people moving well.
I was thinking about that, yeah, because then, you know, you have to have it there just in case it gets out of hand. You can't not have an option, you know, like the PGA Tour. You know, if they're playing slow and the officials want to put them on the clock, you know, but if things are moving along and nobody's really complaining, or if everything's staying even keel, there's no need for it. But
yeah, does the PGA, or well, the USGA rules with regard to PGA in that regard. Not to digress too far from 9-ball, but does it seem a little unfair to the foursome if you have one guy playing exceptionally slowly?
Yeah, but they'll put him on the clock. They'll put they'll put that guy to believe. They'll put him on it. Okay, so Adam's straight in for a 9-ball to take a 2-0 lead, and he's standing over it.
He's intent
Okay.
on going undefeated.
He is intent. No,
2-zip lead, and he wants to hold that.
Alvin,
Yes.
are you wanting to do whatever you want to do?
Oh, yeah. Don't close it yet. I just want to move this over.
Oh, okay. It only took you all tournament,
Actually, we moved it earlier.
and I must have messed it up.
No, you didn't mess it up.
Okay.
You did great.
Okay, very good. Okay, here we go. Mike Davis is racking. Now I know Mike Davis is not a happy camper. I'll bet on that right now because he's like, what's going on here? I'm down 2-0, and I want to be able to come back and take first in this.
Either that or he says, I want a 2 out of 3 arm wrestling.
Said that well,
Adam.
I don't think he needs 2 out of 3 arm wrestling, Nick. I think he needs about a half a second. Okay, here we go with the sledge. In the corner,
So 1 go?
and one goes.
Oh my gosh.
3 of them go again.
Look at this.
So once again, he's playing 6-ball.
And he's got the
Now this-
3-ball left on the table.
Yeah, but he doesn't have. Well, I mean, he has an open shot now.
He went for it last time.
Did he? Now I got to
Yeah,
tell
but
you,
now he's
this
down
is
2
the kind
zip.
of shot that Dan Madden made on me 4 times in the match against
Oh,
him. I
my.
mean, this is the kind. So Mike Davis is he's an adequate player. He can whatever he chooses to do.
What would Dynamic Derek do here?
Dynamic Derek. I don't know if he'd come across the face here or not. I don't know.
You don't think he'd give it one more try? It looks like Mike's going all out for it. He says, I got to win.
Well, I think he was trying a little 2-way shot there, overcutting it. If he missed it, he was hoping the cube went down the table. But now, if it looks like
How much
Adam
of the
has
ball
a-
can he see?
It looks like
here?
he can see enough to play it safe for sure. To
Yeah.
thin it and bring it, especially after that 1 ball in the last game he thinned. I'm thinking he can.
If he,
No problem.
If he
there.
thins it properly, he's got a chance with 4 blockers here that he can certainly wind up behind one of them.
It looks like he can stop the cue ball there and move
Oh,
it.
that's what I was curious about, how much of that
Okay.
3-ball he could see.
But he did not hit it hard enough. He's left Mike with another open shot if he chooses to shoot it.
That's going to be interesting.
The safety's not easy because the corner pocket comes into play. Let's see what he chooses to do, Nick. He pockets it,
Wow.
but
Got a bad roll.
well, I think he can see it. Let's check one angle from here. It looks like he can just barely see it. Now we're going to go back
Well,
here
he
to
can,
watch him.
he can see it, but geez, he could have come up with a better shot than this.
Oh, of course.
I mean, he
but-
hit it well enough to come up with something
well, the
different.
8-ball was there. It was tough to judge the cue
Yeah.
ball off the 8-ball there.
No question.
Well, I think he's going to cut this in and come out 2 rails, and maybe
yeah.
the same way he might try to overcut it and send the cue ball 2 rails and down towards that corner.
What do you guys in Chatland feel about this? Mike shows a lot of courage.
He's
there.
running into the balls an awful lot, though. And see what happens when he runs into the ball, Nick?
Yeah.
Not good things.
No, but he's down 2-0, and as we said before, the safety was probably just as difficult as making the shot, so he went for it. Now he made a good kick. Unfortunately, whoa, near scratch. He
It
leaves.
doesn't matter now. Adam's he's gonna take his time and measure everything out. He gets down for the 7. Yeah, that was a couple tough
All
rolls
right,
for
now
Mike.
he's spinning this ball.
Couple tough rolls for Mike there.
3 rails.
Now did he lay just a little funny? He got a little kickoff there, but it's a little funny.
Yeah,
But
because
this
he's got to
is-
play the 8.
Where's he gonna
Uh,
play 8?
With as much angle as he has, it looks like he's got to play it in the same pocket as the 7.
What ball? What kind of English do you give this ball?
Well, he's probably going to try to kill a little bit with the inside, or in this case, left English.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of running it, going
Going all the way
side,
around?
yeah, going around 3 rails.
Well, if you feel comfortable with it, but I don't think he wants to turn the cue ball loose if he doesn't have
Let me
to.
get. Oh, you're right. You're so right, Nick. I'm sorry. There's a lot less angle.
Plus, he gave us the tip off there when he put the circle with the cue
Yeah.
tip.
From the one
No,
angle,
no, wait a
it looked
minute,
like it was
wait a
steeper.
minute, wait a minute. Maybe your observation was right to begin
Yeah,
with.
see,
There he
this
goes.
is what I would have done.
Yeah, see.
Not that nicely, but that's what I would have tried to do. No,
Wow.
he has the speed now. You can tell how he has
Yeah.
the speed down.
He
traveled.
really hit that perfectly.
Yeah,
And taking a 3-zip lead.
3-0 lead on Mike. Wow. Wow.
We're looking at
This is
possibility of an early out here.
Yeah, Adam's like, the snow's coming. Oh. Adam's like, the snow's coming. I got to get out of here.
All right.
Okay.
3-zip.
3-0. We are live here at
George is
Breakers.
updating that score for you out there.
Yeah.
You guys in Chatland, did you think the game was going to, this particular match was going to go like this? 3-zip, Adam?
Very nice.
What are you guys seeing out there? Okay, while he's throwing a racket,
Okay.
we're going to run through some sponsors
That's
here.
right.
Courtesy of Simonis Cloth, Kamui Tips and Chalk, OBQs, and Bank Shot Calculator. Don't forget South Park Mitsubishi with our friend Gokon Chinar, who's sponsoring both the tournament and the stream. And as I mentioned earlier, a pretty good player himself. He likes the game a lot.
Very nice. And also a special thanks to JR at Inside Pool Magazine. And the website you can visit for that, insidepoolmag.com and inside.tv, or insidepool.tv.
Looks like he wants to put Augusto to that. Wait, he held the ball up. Now he's got kicked by the 6 ball, but he hit the balls real well.
Now, am I correct, Nick, that maybe he's not happy with his break and he's given it a little bit extra gusto? Didn't it seem like that?
Yeah, he decided to change a little bit, but unfortunately, he got the same dry results. Now Mike's going to freeze him up on the, is that the 2 ball there?
Yeah, looks like it.
Or maybe send it below. And,
No,
no, he's going to
you
freeze.
were right the first one.
Yeah, that looked kind of obvious. Mastering that obvious now.
Yeah,
huh?
well, when you hit the ball as good as Mike does, it's the shots you can pick almost any shot and he can almost execute it.
And as you said, he's got the speed of the table down pretty well now, so he was pretty sure where the balls were going to roll to.
Well, Adam's eyeing up this kick. We're going to give a special thanks to the sponsors of the 2013 State PA 9-Ball Championships. And that's James White of Maudie Custom Cues, Dave Hanna, Southwestern APA Pool League, Shane Action Jackson from Steel City Billiards, Gokon Chinar, the owner of South Park Mitsubishi, Tony Zenner of Zenner Vending, and Paul Maudie, the proprietor here at this lovely pool hall we're at, Breakers in Dormont. We're live streaming 2013 PA State 9-Ball
One real
Championship.
kick, and he's trying to kick to make the ball.
You know, he got down and stroked that fast, but he hit it still. So, I mean, hey, wow. You talk.
Now, this is a fortunate roll for our friend Adam.
I don't know. It looks like if he can spin that ball, it's a does it look like a
Kiss
billiards
the,
on?
Kiss the 1-6?
Yeah, does it look like the billiards on?
Well, it's very possible.
Alvin, is there any more next? Is there a next streaming? Do you know when the streaming next?
The next stream that
Yeah.
we're doing after this?
Yeah.
I'm going to take all the stuff down because of the snow.
Okay.
I'm going to get it all packed up.
No, what's the next
no,
event?
I mean your next show.
Oh, that's going to be in New York City and at Steinway Billiards. It's going to be on the 2nd of
April.
2nd of April.
Is that with Earl Strickland?
Earl, Johnny Archer, Darren Appleton, and Dennis Hatcher are going to do Scotch doubles on the then Super Billiards Expo, and then Shane versus Earl back at Steinway Billiards on the 9th.
Okay.
So lots of free streams.
Lots of free streams coming up.
Starting on the 2nd.
And keep your eye out. And the website they can check out is the InsidePool.tv. InsidePoolMag.com.
He almost got Adam hooked here, but I think he can see at least half the one ball. Doesn't
on
appear as though he
Facebook.
can make the ball, but he can see it.
Let's go
Let's
down
take
this
another angle.
Looks like
Oh,
he can
looks
make
like
it.
he might be able to spin that ball in. Yeah.
Okay.
See, it's hard to tell from certain
Some of these
camera
angles is definitely
yeah.
hard to tell.
What a well-spoken this guy is, this Adam Smith.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's wonderful.
Extremely
nice.
articulate guy.
And he's very nice. He's, a lot of players of that caliber don't want to talk. They won't talk to the, the local guys. They just want to, do their thing. But he just stops, and he was so nice to me the other day in one pocket. He goes, "You're having a really good tournament." He don't know me from anybody, So I was, I was impressed. That was impressive because
I'm glad you didn't fall for that pun.
they, you know what they say. He's a good ambassador for the game. There's some ambassadors that aren't so good for some games, but he's a good one for pool.
Well, Alvin's going to get to see one of the best ambassadors of pool. Earl Strickland up in New York City. Earl the Pearl.
I might be staying at his apartment on the night when
Is that right? Oh, what fun that'll be.
Nick,
Have Earl tell you some war stories. They're a lot of fun. And who has more war stories than Earl?
well, one of my favorite videos is that one from the U.S. Open when he gets all upset at. He gets all upset at Billy and Cardone. He misses a shot and thinks looks at Billy like Billy, made him miss the shot from the. Yeah. So, but hey. Okay. So Adams running.
Wow,
out.
did he hit that ball nicely. Look at this position on the 4-ball.
He's. What he's trying to do, Nick, is put the stranglehold on Mike Davis.
Well, he's got half the death grip on him now.
Wow. He's checking the angles. He's playing it smart.
That's it.
This is pretty straightforward. There's not much to try to, he gets an angle on the 5, comes up table for the 7. He's got to keep an angle so he can get back down table to shoot the 8 in the side. Is that correct, Nick?
Without question. And
If he does that,
he's
the
got a
9's
good
there.
look at the angle, so.
He's hitting the balls well right now, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Well, he's got his options with the 8-ball.
does it pass by the 9, you think?
It appears to, yeah. Of course, there's nothing wrong with your choice of side pocket there. Nothing wrong with that at all. But as I say, he does have an
Let's
option.
see. No, you're right, Nick. He's just going to be able to pop the ball up, and as long as he has a little bit of an angle, doesn't get funny on this. He's making short work of this. This is the kind of play I thought we'd see a little bit earlier today, where the guy gets a shot and he's, getting out. He's
Definitely. The potential was there throughout all these matches.
Oh, he decided to do my way, but he
Exactly.
comes up a little funny.
So does he put a little inside English and spin up off the side rail, or does he like to go into the
like-
9-ball and take a shot?
It looks like he's going to spin it. And look, yeah, I think he's straight enough to spin it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
he did.
Adam.
I'm not trying to say that Mike Davis doesn't know either, but Adam plays that one pocket so much, and he just knows the way the cue ball's coming off those balls at certain ways and certain angles, and he just lines it up pretty well.
One game supports the other.
Okay. Wow, that was it's 4-0.
Wow.
4-0 to Adam, and he's
Quick scoring update.
yeah. Well, the only thing I can tell you though in this, and especially in this match, is 4-0's not something he can that
No,
Mike
it's not.
Davis can overcome. I mean,
No,
he's
it's
a
not
player
insurmountable at all.
that if you know,
But you referred to something earlier that factor in this game. It's alternating breaks, so you're not going to see him string 4 racks together.
okay, yeah. So, well, here goes the megaton, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see if this corner ball goes in. It goes in, and the one goes in the side.
He always hits that.
And now we know why he's won tournaments in Florida, you know, on the tour and beaten some of the players he has. Because if you can break and make those 2 balls consistently like he's done, you know, and
I don't agree with pocketing the 1 ball. I like getting the 1 up.
okay, well,
But he's the mega man.
I mean he's doing it consistently enough that you can't argue with it, can you, Nick?
I wouldn't argue with Mike about anything.
You might become a victim of the megaton. Okay, so what's the trouble? I guess the 7 and 8. Is that what you think the trouble is? If there's
No, I don't think it's going to pose a problem. This ball's frozen to the rail, and this is probably as difficult a shot as he's going to
Okay,
face
if
here.
he gets on the 5, and he should be
Yeah,
looking to get on the board. He's not on the board yet. That's surprising, isn't it, Nick?
it is. No, he doesn't want to overroll this, and he doesn't want to underroll it. But,
Okay, let's take another view. We're going to watch some balls go in this pocket here and
okay.
see the perfect
Now, do you think he
angle.
might try to get the 8 off the rail at the same time?
No, because I'm afraid if you hit that, you're not going to end up with a shot because the 6 might not pass by the 9.
Okay.
The cue ball control is so
Yeah,
important, and he
right.
hits it perfect.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, that's a difference.
Yeah, and
between
if he
him.
stops there, he's got the 9 in
That's right.
lower left pocket. So.
There goes that straight arm.
That's it. Okay.
So stop, and we're going to move it around here.
That's it. See him fire a 7 in and stay relatively close to the rail.
Now, when that ball's frozen in the rail, how do you hit this again, Nick?
You know, there are a number of theories on it. The one that sticks in my mind most is one that Buddy Hall advocated. And he said when the ball was on the rail, he shot the ball like he would if it was anywhere else. And yet there are a lot of players that like to come in and pinch it off the rail, depending upon where the cue ball is located. Depends on what you have to do with the ball. But it always poses a little bit of a problem.
Well, it didn't pose a problem that time for Mike.
No, okay, Mike gets on the board
He
here.
gets on the board.
Do you know how our Pens did today, George?
No, I don't. What do you think how they did?
Well, we were looking to continue that winning streak.
Yeah, I know. Now how many games have they played?
What were they? 24 and 3. They're closing in on 30 or 29, I guess.
Okay.
How about you folks out in the chat room? Can you bring us up to speed on the Pens game?
7 o'clock.
Oh, 7 o'clock tonight.
Okay, very nice. Thank you.
I lost track of time here. What time is it,
It's
George?
5:48
Oh, okay.
Eastern Standard.
Good, good.
Okay, Adams.
Eastern Daylight now.
Eastern Daylight.
Yeah. We got a little more sunshine coming at us.
That's right.
All right, Adam, are you going to pop this thing good?
Oh, that's right. We're not in Standard Time. Okay, let's see if the last time he put a little bit extra into it.
Yeah.
It didn't work, so I don't know if he's gonna. Well, that's the truth.
Is he going to give it one more try?
Yeah. 4-1. We're live here, streaming from the PA State 9-Ball Championship at Breakers in Dormont.
Oh, he gave it a nice thump. The cue ball held up real nicely right in the center of the table and then got kicked out.
But dry again.
Try again.
But no shot, no easy shot. He can see the 1, but the 5 blocks the pocket.
This is going to be interesting now.
He's gotten done fast. Oh, maybe it's a little safety play, right? Put the cue ball behind a 9. Yeah, I knew he
What
must
a
have seen
beautiful
something
safety.
quick.
Yeah,
Huh?
he saw that real quick.
Okay, let's go around this other
Yeah,
angle and see what happens with.
We're looking at it from the other angle here.
You know, it's funny. I can recall in this match that Adam's been kicking a lot of balls, one rail kicks, but he's up 4-1. So, you know, he's actually been executing them well, and maybe getting a roll or two in the process.
Well, he's been pretty accurate with these one rail kicks. Be interesting to hear Adam describe his technique for measuring the shot. Obviously, he has something specific in mind.
Well, you don't want to hit the bottom side of the one because the corner pocket comes into play.
That's
Yeah,
a fact.
Unfortunately, hit the top side. And he was hitting it smart to just he
did
played
go
it
to the
just
bottom
he
side.
played it.
Oh.
I think he played it just like that almost. I mean, I think he was playing just to push the one against the rail.
Mike doesn't look as though he can see any of the ball. Looks like he's going to have to one rail kick it. And this is a tough one rail kick. The 5's positioned close to the rail. Doesn't give him a lot of latitude as far as where to hit the rail. So he may have to draw this a little bit. All right, well, wait a minute. Let's see what he's doing here. No, he's going to slide it. Oh, he did draw.
Wow,
He did draw.
that was a nice shot, Nick.
No, it was a great shot. And we're going to see another kick. So.
And I was just thinking.
Okay, what's the over and under on the kicks, George?
Oh, the kicks. Well, I don't know. Adam better make
Safeties,
a really
I should say.
safeties. There isn't going to be many safeties after this shot, I believe. The table's pretty wide open if somebody gets a shot. No, he did kick this ball over here in the way of a little bit, so we're just going to have to see. So the 3 ball's out in the middle of the table. A little bit. It goes in the side there. One of the two.
Does the cursor appear on the stream?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Well, we don't have a telestrator, but George was moving the cursor around the table the way in which he thought best to hit the one ball. And Adam's looking at a one rail kick here.
He's looking to kick behind a 9, so we'll go to this angle. He's checking it. You know, this is interesting because I think he's trying to play. You know, if he hits it, he's trying to get a safe out of this. Because if you kick over at the other opposite rail, it's tough to move the balls away from each other. You really would have to. But if you hit it here, you could hit it, and the one could move up by the 8, or the one could move down table, and the cue ball could end up behind the 6-8. You know.
Well, let's see what speed he hits it at.
And he hits it good.
Soft speed, got a light hit, and put a lot
right.
of distance between the balls.
Very nice. Okay, now Mike's going to play one of the Derek Adams, or Derek.
Crossover?
Yeah, safes. Just.
There you go.
Oh, he hit it a little hard, but he's fine.
Oh, he's got the 8 ball there.
He has the 8 ball in the way. So
we're up to, 4 safeties?
now, you know, the funny thing is, the thing is, people should pay attention to that shot that he just did, because he didn't just move the ball and leave the cue ball below the 8 and 6, because then Adam would have been able to kick to the side rail and hit the 1 easily. He took that option out by putting the cue ball behind the 8 ball. Now you can't. So now Adam has to jack up and try to masse, which is harder to control. Is that correct, Nick?
Oh, no question. And he makes the ball.
Wow. Very nice.
Did he get a reward for this shot? Well, the reward is back at the table, but
He's still at the table.
no easy shot.
And now, you know, now he can play a safe or shoot a shot whatever he wants, but he can control his own destiny. You know, now that since he executes that shot good, he can control his own destiny a little bit.
Okay, so we've got another safety coming up here. Where do you think he might try a two-way shot, George?
It looked at first I thought he was going to try a 2-way shot, but I don't know. He might just try a safety. I don't think he's going to try a 2-way shot. I think it's just going to be a safety.
You know what you're doing now, do it at
Okay.
There's a couple of theories about two-way shots, and Chip and I get into some debate about that. There are some tournaments where you have to call the safety if you're calling it safe, and you have to call the shot. For example, if he were to hit this ball and was playing the bank and inadvertently left him safe on a 3-ball, the opponent could say shoot again,
Right.
which takes the two-way shots out of the game.
Okay.
And
I
there are some pros and cons about that, I understand. But nevertheless, they are trying it in some pro tournaments.
I know. I've seen that, and I've seen it in the tournaments. Isn't they tried that couple of those games. That new game, the bonus ball, right? You can only play safe once or something. Some tournaments you can only place. I've seen matches where they can only play safe like once or twice in a game or something, and you have to shoot or whatever. Okay, Mike played safe, but
Beautiful safety.
no, and he can see the 2, but he tied up the 4-5.
4-5 is tied up. Yeah.
No, Adam can see the 2, the 6-7. Now this could be. This turns into a safe game, Nick. Now the over and under on the safes in this game just went up tremendously because we have 2 sets of balls tied up.
I think we're already at about 6 or 7, right?
And the 4 is not in a spot. I mean, if it gets past the 5 to the side rail, it might be able to be safed. But it's not in a spot where it looks. The 6-ball down there can look like you can play.
Well,
safe.
he's just going to try to make the ball here. He's not going to try to disturb
Oh,
anything
no.
else.
Well, the angle, right? You're right.
Just, stay in line for the 3-ball in the side pocket.
Now, while we have a second here, we wanted you guys to check out the cue gallery that Paul Motti has up. It's at breakardbilliardsandlounge.com, and Paul has cues for sale. The phone number you could contact him is 412-531-2200. And let's watch this. Let's watch this shot first. No. And the address real quick while we're waiting for Mike to come up to the table. It's at 1413 Potomac Avenue.
Just a couple of miles out of the center city of Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, PA. And I believe the zip code's 15226. It's real close. But if you get Potomac Avenue.
So if you're interested in a cue, you can always stop up and talk to Paul.
Okay, so now Mike has he played safe again. Now, see that? Now, do you see what he just did? Now
did he break that loose?
Now he broke everything up. Do you he might have played all that. That's a very good possibility that cue ball was headed that way. It doesn't have to hit them going in. It could hit them coming out, too.
Well, if he played it that way, it's a rather ambitious shot. I have to give him a lot of credit for that. And he's left poor Adam here with a 2-rail kick.
I think that he played one of them for sure.
Oh, there's no question
break
about he played one. He may have limited his ambition to that one and got fortunate on the other. All right, this is a 2-rail kick.
We got to hit it with speed, right? I mean, or you just leave it on there, but that would allow a return safety.
Yeah.
Do you think you just tap it?
If he taps it, he's going to be faced with another safety, maybe even more difficult than this. Who knows?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I thought you almost have to. But the balls there will keep the cue ball or the 2-ball there, so it's going to be tough to move the 2-ball. So
no question.
That was a good safety.
It's going to be interesting to see how these balls separate.
That's right.
Whether he makes a good hit or not. Well, he hits the ball well.
Oh,
and he blocks the
and he
4-ball.
pockets the 4-ball.
And he's looking at the 2.
Well, he ends up with a. Now, I was going to ask you a question about this right now. I've heard, and I do this, when the cue ball's frozen to the rail, don't try to give it any left or right English. Hit it center ball. Normally, you're looking at the object ball, but in that case, I was told, you look at the cue ball, you look at the object ball, you go back and forth. The last thing knows, make sure you hit it dead center.
Good bit of advice, George.
And
You guys see what happened? What did you want to know?
If I had a good hit,
it was too close. It
Well,
was.
let me say, can we replay that?
We can't replay it.
No.
It it looked good to me, but
But it
again,
was so fast.
no, it looked good to me.
Yeah. It was such a close hit they were asking us about to hit. But it was really close. It was like a bam 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 and
Yeah, but it looked good for this reason. The 2 ball appeared to move vertically as the cue ball went over and hit the 4 ball. Did you notice that? Yeah, that's something when you get a ref to come over and watch a shot, which he could have elected to do at that point. Make sure you're looking at the balls, because a lot of guys will drift their eyes back and forth from the shooter, the cue ball, to the balls. Just keep your eyes fixed on the balls. That's the only way you can tell whether it's a good hit. And you can usually tell whether it's a good hit or not by the way the balls react.
right. And that's what happened there. My comment would have been, Mike should have went over and seen how the 2 ball was sitting in relative to the 4 ball. Because like you're right, the 2 ball ended up closer to the head rail, which means that if it would have been bad, it probably would have been horizontal, or could have went back
Exactly.
towards the bottom rail. So,
Exactly.
but it was a bam bam hit. It went fast. So
Well, like you said, he had to hit it with speed because he would have just been locked up with another safety if he just
That's
touched the
right.
balls and hit a rail. All right, here's a 2-rail, possible 3-rail kick.
now he hit this slow, hoping to do
To
just what he
that.
did.
Wow.
He hit it like he wanted to.
That was a fantastic 2-rail hit, by the way.
Now let's go down this angle. We're not going to be able to tell, I don't think, from any of the angles. Well, it doesn't look like. It looks like he executed perfect, because now
So he jacked up with a 1-rail kick. Wow.
he's going to end up shortening this up, I think, with a little.
Can he
Yeah.
get enough Q-tip on it to shorten it?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Good.
I think he can. I think he's going to shorten it. See, he's going to overhit the angle and shorten it with a lot of left-hand spin.
And if he hits it properly, George, there's a likelihood that the cue ball will stay there and the
it's-
2 will go up
2
table.
goes up table.
Let's see what
There's a
happens.
chance that 2 goes passes the 9. But no, and no, he left an open shot. Okay, this is Mike's
Didn't
chance.
get away with it.
Now, after executing a wonderful kick shot before, kick shot safety, it's his chance to take advantage and get this rack out of the way. There's not much trouble here. He gets from the 2 to the 3. If he gets onto the 3 in the proper angle, and it's
Yeah, it looks
pretty,
academic from there.
could
So the 2 to the 3 rolling this ball up
he could
if
make
he
quick work of this.
decides to do that. It's hard to tell sometime with Mike's snow shovel stroke how he's going to manage the cue ball.
I mentioned that to you. It's tough to tell whether he's going to hit the ball easy or hard because his stroke is exactly the same every time.
And he elected not to roll the ball into position, but to take the tougher cut on the 3 ball.
Just do it in one of the rack.
I only want you to do that one time.
He maneuvered past the 6 and 7 real well. Now he wants to come back out into the center of the table. And if he gets there, I think George can readjust the score.
Okay. Okay, so now that was the key shot.
No question about it. Of course, the 3 that preceded it was a pretty difficult shot, too. He had to make sure that he didn't touch the 6 or the 7 when he was coming around 2 rails.
That's right.
Let's get off the rail a little further.
Yeah, he's kind of wanting to help the ball go.
Yeah, he would have liked to pulled it up around
No
the 8
trouble.
ball,
No,
but
he'll-
just go back and
yeah,
forth.
back and forth, a little zigzag. And just about perfect. By the time it stops rolling, it's perfect. And
Boy, Alvin was telling us about an exciting match coming up there in New York City.
that's right.
Scotch doubles match.
Scotch
Wow.
doubles. He'll be streaming it. keep your eyes out for that.
Boy, mark that on your calendar, please.
April 2nd from Steinway Billiards.
April the 2nd from Steinway Billiards in New York City.
Nice.
I think it's Johnny and Darren playing Dennis and Strickland.
So it's Johnny Archer and Darren Appleton playing Earl Strickland and Dennis Hatch.
They're playing like race to 15 or something, 10 ball, I think.
Yeah, he thinks it's a race to 15 and 10 ball. And is that going to be played on a 9 or 10-foot table?
10 foot.
It's on the 10-footer.
And then on the 9th, we're doing Shane versus Earl, 10 foot.
And where's that going to be played? Steinway's again. We got Shane playing Earl on the 9th of April.
That's the 10 foot table.
And again, we're on the 10-foot table. What's the race to?
I don't know on that one.
Okay.
Hopefully 15.
So it's going to be a one-night
Yeah.
event.
And then in between there, I do 3 tables at the Super Billiards Expo. 3 of these, all at one time.
Okay.
Say hello to Alan Hopkins when you're down there.
I will. Tell him I said hi.
We want to send a special shout out to Daniel Bush at povpool.com. How you doing out there, Daniel?
Here comes the pop. Bang. Oh, the cue ball. It's going
Okay.
to park right in the middle of the table and got bumped by the 5.
But he made a ball still.
Oh, yeah.
And the reminder, special reminder that coming up this weekend, we'll be streaming the Andy Mercer Memorial Tournament this weekend.
povpool.com is streaming.
Okay, that's who's streaming it.
Yes.
Okay, at this time, Daniel Bush and povpool.com is streaming the Andy Mercer Memorial Tournament this weekend coming up.
You can use the pop-out chat feature to watch both screens.
Okay, and yeah, like we told you about that, the pop chat feature. You can watch both streams at one time, so you can get twice the bang for your buck. Or you know what? Buy another computer. Have 2 computers set up.
Give us a chat.
Good job.
See what the folks are doing out in chat land.
Okay. Somebody's telling us that Hatch is teamed with Archer and Earl's teamed with Darren.
Oh, okay.
So,
I just learned about it that I was doing the job.
okay. Oh, there's another one of those lock-up safes, Nick. What do you
Oh, so Earl is teamed with Darren.
That's weird.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Johnny and Hatch.
Oh, it's
Did
20,
they-
and they said the race is 21 in SVB versus Earl. Now,
Did they decide on the teams by skill level or personalities?
Who knows? Who knows? They called me on the drive over here, asked me if I wanted to do it. I said yes. I'm the yes man, brother.
now, question: what's the now? I'm not trying to be funny here, but what's the odds on that Shane versus Earl? I mean, is it even or it can't be even?
More time.
Yeah,
Really?
On the 10-footer.
Wow,
Don't forget, Earl has that.
Shane. I mean, it's hard to
97
believe
inch
in
cue?
anybody. I mean,
He's using a short feet now. He can't
Is that right?
okay. Well, they tried a masse. Adam Smith tried a masse, and it didn't work. Unfortunately for him, it just slid past the one. So.
And the table's pretty open at this stage.
Well, he just knocked any trouble wide open. So now, this is funny that Adam Smith did look in complete control of this match, right, Nick?
No, for a while.
And now, if Mike gets out here, it's a 4-3 match, and we've got a barn burner. Okay.
Yeah, and if Mike finds his rhythm, which he seems to be doing here.
Okay, yeah, they're telling me that Earl has beaten Shane on a 10-footers not too long ago. So hey, I guess you guys are right.
And Alva did mention that Earl's gone to a little shorter cue.
Okay, so this is easy. When is this the 8-ball down
That's
here?
it, down there
The
near the
8-ball.
9.
It's going to be easy to. The only shot you got to really worry about is getting from the 7 to the 8. He gets there, and that's what I was saying. You can't take nothing lightly at this level, because you give a guy a shot and it's over.
Slow rolling the ball again. Killed it with a little inside.
And the high right and 2 rails and out, right?
And that's it.
Oh no, maybe a little draw stroke here. Okay,
You
I
think?
see. Oh no,
No, you had it
that
right.
was a weird. That's a one
He
of those.
fakes you out with that shovel
Yeah,
stroke, doesn't
that's
he?
right. That's shovel stroke. You're right.
But he's on the rail. Isn't it amazing how that cue ball finds the rail?
Well, let's go watch him put this ball. It's straight in, so he's just gonna slow roll this one, and he's gonna slow roll this one and get to 3 and say, you know, I'm still in this match.
No question. While George is giving you the video on the scores, we just want to mention some of our sponsors again. We have Simonis Cloth, Kamui Tips and Chalk, OBQs, and Bank Shot Calculator. George, you also want to mention some of our other sponsors?
That's right. Well, the stream sponsors are what Nick, Mr. St. James, has just told you, plus InsidePoolMag.com and InsidePool.tv. Special thanks to JR and one of our dual sponsors for the stream and the tournament. It is Gokhan Chinar, the owner of South Park Mitsubishi. And the other sponsors of this wonderful tournament, James White, Maudie Custom Cubes, Dave Hanna, Southwestern PA APA League representative, Shane Jackson from Steel City Billiards, Tony Zenner of Zenar Vending, and Paul Maudie, the owner here of this pool hall that we are currently in.
He looked at the middle of the table for a break, and now he moves back over to the side. He feels a little more comfortable here.
He's been trying different things, huh, Nick? I guess that's what you have to do.
If you're not having success on one spot, move it around. Oh, he gave it
Okay,
everything
here
he
we
had.
go. He made one ball, and he can see it. There's one trouble for sure, even if after he decides what to do with the one. There's a ball along the rail. It doesn't pass into the corner, so
3 balls stuck along the rail,
3 balls. So
blocked by the 8.
have you decided where you're going to dinner tonight, Nick?
We may go to some Oriental
Oh, that's right.
restaurants.
Okay. Well, that was a nice shot. Nice little nifty
No
shot.
question. Nice touch. He may not be frozen, but he's about as close to the ball as he can get without being frozen.
Yeah, and Mike was thinking, man, if I could just get even. If I could have just got this game
right.
somehow, I could have got even. But Adam says, not so fast, my friend.
And that was a very simple safety.
But effective, very effective. Takes away so much of the options, you know?
Exactly. Wow. Looks like he may be attempting the 2-railer here.
It's tough to get at the angle, even for a guy of his caliber. When you're that close, right? It's tough to get.
Yeah, the ball rolled a little long on. The 8 ball's blocking a cheap game, that's for sure. By that I mean 1-9 combination.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, and do you see that's very nice. That's something for our viewers to think about. Instead of trying to knock something out or move something around, did you see what he was doing there, Nick?
What are you referring to?
He was aiming up for he's going to get the position for the play, the 2-8 combination. That clears that pocket out. And so he can put the 2 and the 3, and he can have a shot at the 2 and then the 3.
Okay.
See what he's going to do here?
Exactly.
So that's interesting. That's a smart shot. And a lot of even me, I wouldn't have thought about that. That's a
But
very.
he's got a little angle here where he could roll just a bit too far if he's not careful.
Well, yeah, I think he just got a little bit on the rail, a little bit closer than he thought. I think he wanted. I think he thought he was going to be able to pop it and stop it. And
Yeah, he's thinking about holding that cue ball up enough.
yeah, he can't let it slide behind a 9. He didn't. He hit it, and he hit it. He hit it as good as you can hit it, I think.
Now he's got to get position on the 3-ball.
Well, I think that 2 is close enough. He can either draw out of there or high English. What do you think?
Well, there's no question he'd like to play it in the same pocket as the 2-ball. Because he's got to get positioned. That's a 4-ball up in the upper end of the table. So he's got to get back up table for the 4-ball off the 3.
Is that the 4 or the 8, Nick?
He just made the 8 on the combination.
You're right, sir. Right. Sorry about that.
It's all right. So he got,
now,
he's got up there. He's got a great spot.
Yep. Now, do you draw this back 1 rail, or do you like to zigzag, draw it, and come back across?
Well, the trouble with drawing at 2 rails, zigzag as you say, is you got to be real accurate. You have to be accurate in any case with 3-ball frozen to the rail, but it increases the difficulty of the shot. Let's see what he elects to do.
See,
wait a minute.
that's the 7-ball now.
The 7-ball. We had it confused all along. Sorry about that, sports
all right.
fans.
So now it's all he has to do is he has to worry about getting from the 6 to the 7.
The ball is so small on this screen, it's difficult to tell
Yeah.
to distinguish 4-ball from just about anything. It's the most difficult. 4-ball from the 8-ball or 7-ball.
Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. There's only one thing that can hurt Adam. Well, there's 2 things that could hurt him, and we're pretty confident he's not going to do either one of those. There's a pocket down there that can hurt him, and if he gets directly straight in, it can hurt him. As long as he has a little bit of an angle, is on the left side of the table, he's fine. Let's go to this angle and watch this. Let's watch this cue ball.
And try to drag that cue ball over a little.
Probably picks a spot on the rail, right, to draw it to, so that
Oh, yeah.
it's probably, and it probably,
He's left enough angle to
yeah,
maneuver the cue ball out 2 rails if he
he ain't
wants.
happy. He wanted a little bit more angle, but
Yeah.
he's fine. You know,
It's,
the 9 ball's in the middle of the table. You get the cue ball anywhere off any of the rails
well, without question.
in the middle of the table, and he's
He's rolling
coming-
2 rails.
coming close to.
Nice
Okay,
2-barrel
let's-
roll.
Oh, we don't like so many balls in that hole.
Is that reminiscent of Johnny Archer?
That's right. Pulls that Kamui chalk out, chalks his stick.
And he's taking his time with this shot, going through his
It's all right.
routine.
That's the way you got to do it.
Walks into the shot. There's nothing rushed about that.
I've got to tell you that I'm not going to. I don't want him getting mad at me, but I'm going to tell you that if you were to do that pre-shot routine with a lot of players, they wouldn't be real happy about you every time. Would you agree with me, Nick, or disagree with me?
They wouldn't be real happy with the results, that's for sure.
Well, but I'm just saying, there's a lot of players that think, just get up there and hit the ball. I mean,
Mike might take a little steam out on the table here. I think he's feeling a little frustrated. He was on his way back, and now it's 5-3.
that's right. It's 5-3. He's breaking. If he could have eked that game out, he would have been, But he didn't, and now he has to bear down and break him up and get out. Adam just played a wonderful safe in that last game and made him pay for it.
Without a doubt.
Unfortunately, even a player of Mike's caliber, there's nothing you can do about that. He's trying to get these balls tight. He says, maybe I can make 5 balls on this break and just playing 4 ball.
It's possible with that mega break. Okay, what's the odds that he doodads?
He doodads? Well, he's doodad all couple. Oh, you mean, oh, no, he didn't.
Right, he's looking it over.
Okay.
He's satisfied.
Okay, this is George Biro here at Breakers in Dormont. I'm alongside Nick St. James.
Yes, and we've been at this all day long.
We've been at this all day long.
Coming down to a thrilling completion here. Let's see where he places the cue ball. He likes that side.
It's the same spot he is every
Same
time,
spot.
right?
He's getting good results. No sense in
You
changing.
notice he doesn't straighten his arm on the break. It's a little
He's got
Up.
the shovel stroke. The one
same
ball
thing.
flies
and the
into
ball went in the corner. There's two
Exactly.
balls in. That's amazing.
He's patented that break.
I'll tell you, if you can do that, it's amazing. You can control the table and everything else. Oh, so now the 1 and the 2 went, so now he's shooting the 3. So
Will he go for the combination?
looks like he eyed it up. It looks pretty straightforward, so we'll see. Yeah, it was straight in.
That was an extremely difficult shot. Well executed.
Well, he made it look easy, but you're right. That's not easy with distance and space, and as much space as was in between the balls. You're right.
Okay, so as not to get confused, the ball down.
That's the 4
near
ball.
there. This is the 4 ball.
The other
so-
end, the other end of the table, and the 5's in the middle. And then
Okay.
6 is in the direct middle of the table, and this 7. So somebody says. Oh, they're talking about. They're talking about his break is good, but he can't control it like some of the other pros. Well, he's doing pretty good today. And
He's certainly getting the results that he likes.
yeah, that's right. And they're saying, well, somebody's.
Now this is interesting, George.
That's right. Oh,
Notice he took the risk of going through the balls rather than drawing off it.
yeah, it was. That was. But it worked, and he's actually picked up the pace, and I'm.
Yeah, he has.
It's funny because it's what I was talking about a little bit. Maybe the slow play, but he hasn't missed that many balls in this match. I mean, we haven't kept track, but it's only been 1 or 2. I mean, it's just been the safety play has come into a big factor in this match,
And he's quickly cut the deficit to 1 game real quickly.
and a roll or 2. It actually has been a roll or 2, Nick. I mean, that one kick where he made where Adam was in jail and he made a kick and the 4 ball flew in and he controlled that game. That made a big deal because it's 5-4. I mean, okay, well, this is what's going to happen here. It seems like it's the break. It seems like the break's coming into play, right?
No question about it. Is Adam going to get a shot this time?
Yeah, that's been the question all along, right?
Come on with the doodad.
Okay, is he? Okay, he's touching them and he likes it. Nope.
There's the
There it
infamous
is.
doodad.
Dad, and he's done it more than once. So it's a little okay. Well, let's see if it worked. A couple of people are talking about how he think they agree. Well, I don't want to say play slow, but Adam's deliberate pace. That's he's got to play his game. I mean,
Well, he's got his routine, he said, and he sticks to his routine. So, as long as it's not overly time-consuming, I guess we have to live with that. Cue ball.
okay. Wait, Q got away,
Kick-
got away,
one
but
ball
now
falls.
this one he made 2
and
balls.
and he gets a shot on the 2 ball.
Now the 2. Oh boy, this is not what.
All right, this is interesting. Does he follow out of the bottom rail and up for the 3 ball?
With inside English, you think? Is that what you're thinking?
Just a hint. Just a hint.
Now you got to be careful. You can't leave an angle like you have now on the 3 because you're gonna run into that's the 8 ball up there. You wanna, it's funny. You gotta be almost below it and have a nice angle to come back up.
Hit the ball
Well,
long.
maybe not. Maybe I'm
Let's
wrong
see.
about this. We'll have to just see. Oh, so yeah.
He's got to try to get below the
I
5
see.
a little bit so he can roll out and up to the 6.
Yeah.
No, he's
You're right.
he's looking at something different there.
No, you're right.
Did you notice that? Look,
Yeah.
look where he's indicating he
was-
wants the cue ball to wind up.
Yeah. I was mistaken about the
Yeah, he
way
pulled
the
it up.
balls were. Okay.
Now, what's his idea here? He has me a little confused.
I think he's going to play the combination. It's just going to roll over, and it's a straight-in combination. Well, let's take a view from this corner pocket. It's a pretty straightforward combination. See if it rolls
okay,
over.
okay.
I was mistaken. I thought the ball up here, the under of the table, was the 3. It was hard to see. So now he's just going to roll forward, play a combination. It's a funny angle, I guess, for him. He doesn't, you're right, he doesn't want to be above and have to back cut the 5 into the 9 to back cut the 9 into the hole. He wants to try to be as straight as possible.
He'll slow roll it over. Little inside English again.
I think he hit it great.
And he's got pretty straight with
Let's
the
look
ball.
at this straight down the barrel.
That's a good camera angle, George.
I like that camera angle.
Yeah, you can't beat that as far as seeing how he's going to hit the shot. George says he's an 8-5 favorite to make this shot.
Yeah, he's more than that. He's
And he splits the pocket.
He does split the pocket.
Who climbs the hill first but Adam Smith?
He's going to make it very tough for.
Yeah, he's got to put a 3-pack on him real quickly.
Okay, well, since we're there, let's one last time give a shout out to our sponsors, Nick.
Oh, sure. We want to thank not only OBQs, but Kamui Tips and Chalk, Simonis Cloth, and Bankshot Calculator, all of whom helped contribute to making this enjoyable stream for you today. And
Okay.
George?
And we want to thank our double sponsor, Gokhan Chinar of South Park Mitsubishi. He sponsored the stream and the tournament. Okay, let's watch this break and then we'll mention the rest of our sponsors. Okay, 5-0. He makes the corner ball, but it doesn't make the 1. But he has a shot, right, Nick?
He does have a shot.
Okay.
And it looks to be the 2 ball down at the bottom, so
Yep.
this is one he just has to concentrate on pocketing the ball.
Okay. And a special thanks to James White of Monty Custom Cues, Tony Zenner of Zenner Vending, Shane Jackson of Steel City Billiards, Dave Hanna of the Southwest APA Pool League representative.
Oh, my.
Oh. And while I was talking, I thought that was in, but
That could be fatal.
that could be the end of.
That
There's a
shot
little bit
leaves.
of there's a little bit of trouble here, so we'll have to just wait before, there's and Dave Hanna of the Southwestern PA APA Pool League, and Paul Monty, the owner of Breakers, and then of course special thanks to JR at InsidePoolMag.com and InsidePool.tv. This live stream is wonderful, Nick.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
It's been a lot of fun this whole weekend.
Now, the 6 ball seems to be his only problem.
Okay, let's take a quick look at this angle and see. We can see the balls a little better here. So now he's going to get an angle on the 2 to play the 3, to get to the 3. Okay, now
We've seen one 3-ball combination today made by Mike Davis, but I don't think you should look for one in this game.
no. Okay, so he's looking at the angle of the 3 to make sure gets to the 4 fine. Because the critical shot in the whole rack is the 4 to the 6. Is that
Oh,
correct?
there's no question, no question. You can see he was looking over the 6 ball several times. Wanted to make sure that he was able to pocket the 6 ball and hold the cue ball above the 7. Because I think he'd like to finish this with a combination.
Okay, let's see. Hits it pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hits it pretty good now. I think his plan goes out the window, though. He was planning to play the
Yeah.
4 and a side. It's no
Yeah.
longer going to be that.
We're going to have a little change in plans here.
Changing the pattern, as Nick likes to say.
But if he's able to slide the cue ball over about half a foot, then he can draw off the 4 ball and get pretty
Yeah.
straight with the 6.
I think you're right. He's just going to
Let's
slide
see
it a
what he
little
does
bit,
here.
throw the ball in the pocket. And,
Cage left himself a nice angle.
well, this is the shot, I think. One of the shots of the tournament.
Let's
right
see him
here.
walk over there and put his hand down.
And
And
put the hand down because he still has to get
And then
the
circle
right
the
angle in
Q-tip.
order to make sure he doesn't get funny.
there goes the hand.
The
What about the
hand's down,
Q-tip? That's
The
it.
Q-tip at the angle. He's thinking, let me execute 1, 2, maybe 3 more shots, and everything's in the middle of the table.
And go through the tournament undefeated.
Undefeated. And that would be a hell of a tournament for Adam Smith.
No question about it.
One of the favorites, but still, nevertheless, it's never easy. It doesn't matter.
Well, you've seen that. There were a lot of times when some of the favorites had a lot of difficulty in getting out, had to go to double cheese.
That's right.
Okay. Now, he won the last game with a combination.
Yeah.
You think he might want to wind up the tournament with a combination?
He is. I don't think he's happy about it. I don't think he wanted to play this, but the cue ball slid a little further than he wanted to. So, no.
Well, he can change his mind if he likes. He can certainly go across and come
Well,
back.
but no, he's aiming up the combination. And the
Yeah.
9 ball, let's take a real quick look. The 9's so close to the corner pocket
Yeah,
that
he likes that
if he
shot.
gets on it, if he just slides the cue ball up a little bit.
Yeah, he's indicated where he wants the cue ball.
And it was one last special thanks to Paul Motti here. He added $2,000 to here this tournament. That was very generous of him. Okay, as we watch. Well, if it was 8-5 last time, Nick, which it wasn't, this one's closer to.
Give me the true price, George.
This is true a one, probably a 2-5 shot right here. I mean, a 1-5 shot or probably a 1-5 shot because he isn't missing this ball.
Okay. Notice he didn't get out of his routine even for the final shot here. And he wins it.
And congratulations,
Our
to Adam
congratulations.
Smith.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick, for a
There's
wonderful tournament.
There's a nice round of applause for Adam there.
Very nice. He's happy.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
happy.
He's breaking his cue down.
Okay, Nick,
The
thank you very
champion.
much.
Thank
Over
you,
and
George. All right.
Have a
Hope to
good
see
one.
you again soon.
Bye-bye.